Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker, shills, destiny, search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, citizens. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And this is another in my series that I'm doing right now about police. And in this case, I was really troubled by events in New York City, and of course events we've seen across the country with other police departments as well. And that's the idea of police being politically involved. And in the case of New York City, of course, we see essentially the police declaring they not, or at least a portion of the police department there, declaring that they don't have any loyalty to the mayor there, and then declaring outside of the normal channels that they're going to not arrest a certain class of offense in New York City. So they're choosing what laws they will enforce and what laws they won't. I just found this rather surprising. Supposedly, the police force are set up to supposedly protect and serve, although that's an erroneous assumption and something I will actually be doing a separate video on. But it's very troubling to have, theoretically, the idea of the police who are involved in thwarting crime and being in this public servant position and representing the law, theoretically, and justice. The fact that they can get involved in politics is kind of disturbing. And I used the example before of what if individual soldiers were allowed to essentially declare allegiance or non-allegiance to certain officers, decide that they would involve themselves in certain actions but not other ones, and choosing amongst themselves, and then not only that, not having any repercussions for it, and then also having the military be able to be involved in politics. It should make people a little nervous. It should also make people a little nervous that police are getting into politics. And according to New York law itself, misdemeanors concerning police commissioners or officers or members of any police force can be perpetrated by being politically involved. And the exact quote from the document is, quote, "Any person who, being a police commissioner or any officer or member of any police force in this state, 1. Uses or threatens or attempts to use his official power or authority in any manner, directly or indirectly, in aid of or against any political party, organization, association, or society, or to control, affect, influence, reward, or punish the political adherence, affiliation, action, expression, or opinion of any citizen." So not only does it make this whole police behavior in New York City inappropriate, it makes it illegal. And not the least of which we found out that most of this so-called crime that they protect against in New York City is actually revenue generation. It has nothing to do with crime. And the fact that they're not arresting for 90% of these activities is extorting the government of New York City out of tax revenue or out of revenue. It's not any sort of political statement per se, but it also serves as a political statement, as a matter of fact. But so this is talking about any citizen. So we also find out, rather interesting, that we have police getting involved in politics when they profile citizens. So when they profile so-called constitutionalists or supporters of Ron Paul or any other political parties, once again, we don't seem to have any officers having to deal with any repercussions of being political in the field with citizens, let alone on a massive scale like we're seeing in New York City. And so I'd love to hear what people's comments are about this this topic below, because I just find it really fascinating that we've gotten to the point where we have such an overt police state. Not only does the police are insulated and are a law unto themselves, but to find them also exercising en masse political action in New York City, I think is a very, very dangerous thing to see. But it goes hand in hand with the kind of all the other police behavior we're seeing, including the militarization and cronyism. So anyway, there we have it. Police and politics. Good idea or bad idea? I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.